Manchester United are closing in on their deal for Antony. It is now being reported that Ajax are willing to lower the very extortionate asking price they set just a few short weeks ago. Now, Antony is recovering from injury, but him and his representatives have been pushing tirelessly, continuously, to get this move to Manchester United. A new price is seemingly being set. The deal is moving further along. It is already advanced. Personal terms are not going to be an issue, but we're going to delve into it in much more detail for you right now on this morning edition of the Done Deal Show. Smash the like button, subscribe to the Terrace, leave us your comments below. But Antony to Manchester United was on. It's advanced and it is now getting closer. Let's go! Manchester United have had a turbulent couple of days, really. If we've been absolutely honest, it's been a turbulent couple of days. The Cristiano Ronaldo situation, more and more reports making the Frankie de Jong deal seem almost impossible now. We've seen this, it's been continually spoken about, and there's been a lot of pressure on the club. There's been a lot of pressure and fear amongst Manchester United fans. So to see this news that Man United are moving closer to signing Antony, to see Ajax kind of maybe start to slowly admit defeat, lowering the asking price, talk about the player leaving, is going to be music to a lot of Manchester United fans' ears. Now, the report came out earlier and it said this, that Antony is edging closer to Manchester United. There is an understanding that Ajax are now willing to lower their initial unreasonable asking price and do a deal. United about to go back with another bid. Now, it's interesting that they say unreasonable asking price, because a lot of people would suggest that is very true. Now, here from Graham Bailey saying that Man United are willing to pay £17 million for Antony. That is a slight mistake. I think somebody that's typed this out has used the wrong symbol. It's meant to be euros. So what I was sent earlier was this. It says here that Man United are prepared to pay £58 million for the player. At the start of the transfer window, this type of fee would have been what Ajax would have snapped up. At the start of the transfer window, this is the type of fee that would have been one Ajax would have snapped United's hand off for. Instead, it's currently not enough to make Ajax part ways with the winger, consider the key part of next season. So essentially what's ended up happening, because of all the other players that have left, Ajax have put a big premium upon this. Man United have also taken Lisandro Martinez away. There was also the Urian Timber situation as well. And Ajax have kind of gone, look, we're not selling anybody else. We're going to put big asking prices on. The problem that you've got is that Antony is pushing hard for this move. Antony's reps are fighting tooth and nail to get away, even harder than Lisandro Martinez was working on. Ajax have been saying they want around 67 to 68 million euros. That's around, pounds. That's around about 80 million pounds, as it were. So there's about an 8 to 10 million pound differential between the two clubs. And that's been reported on for a fair while now. But what is now emerging is that there is more of a acceptance from Ajax to go back to that original 58 million, that original 70 million euros that Man United were willing to pay, almost admitting defeat. We're not going to be able to stop the player from leaving. He wants to join Manchester United. We should really think about this. We should really get this done. We should really be looking at moving on. And I think what's really intriguing about this is the player. The player is the one pushing for this. And I've said many times on transfers, when one of the parties is pushing to leave or pushing to sell you, invariably it ends with that player leaving that football club. And we're seeing the same very, very thing here. In terms of the asking price, that's the real interesting one. But before we get to that, I just want to say a big thank you to everybody that has signed up to our partners' private internet access. So many of you in the last week have done it, and it's very important to do so. You need to make sure that you're protected at all times, that when you're using the internet, none of your data is being hacked. I can give you 3 months free, plus up to 82% off. And as you scroll down here and you see on their website, It's the unbreakable VPN security, which is its biggest feature. Your bank card details, your credit card details, your ID, your thumbprint that you put into your phone and your passwords, plus your date of birth and all of that jazz is protected. It's available on absolutely all devices. Androids, iPhones, laptops, computers, PCs, and much, much more. It's available now, and you want to make sure you get that done. And one of the fun elements of it is zero restrictions and unlimited content. Meaning, if you're traveling abroad and you still want to watch the BBC iPlayer to watch Match of the Day, it is available for you worldwide. There's lots of other reasons it's worthwhile using with built-in ad blockers. Very easy to configure. 24-hour-a-day support plus much, much more. When you scroll down to the price, that's the big thing. That there is a football terrace discount you can see. Standard pack is only $8.99 a month. We can get it for you for £1.63 per month. It is absolutely cheap as chips, and it protects you and what you do on the internet. So get it done now. Scan the QR code on the screen or click on the link in the description below. Now, what of Anthony? What of Anthony? What will he bring to Manchester United? Well, I think what's intriguing, first of all, is the price. £55 million is the valuation of the player, not on Transfer Market or any website like that, but with the advisory, with KPMG, with the companies that actually create the formulas that clubs use in the real selling market. They have been valued at around £55 million. United are looking to pay a little bit over those odds at around £58 million. I don't think anybody's going to kind of grumble over that. There is a huge feeling that this player is going to be an integral part of what Erik ten Hag is going to try and build at Old Trafford. Young, raw, skillful, of course, part of the Brazilian setup. And, again, you read reports before he was linked to Man United, before Ten Hag was their manager. People have been raving about this man for a long, long time. There is a serious talent here. There is a serious level of ability that Manchester United want to try and utilize. I look at this signing very much as a player that Fergie would have signed. It gives me Fergie vibes. Yes, it is expensive, but a really raw, young, up-and-coming, attacking player with flair. That's what Man United are famed for. Man United have been buying players like that from academy players that are almost ready for first-team football, i.e. the George Bests of this world and the Ryan Giggses, right through to your Wayne Rooney's and your Cristiano Ronaldo. Young, full of flair, skill, raw ability. Nurture that and unleash it at the theatre of dreams. That is what this deal looks like. Will that come to fruition? We don't know. The reason I say that is because my club has had a habit in recent times of failing to develop young players, both from the academy or that have been purchased by us, changing direction, not keeping the right people in charge, etc. So we know that's plausible. It doesn't work. We know this. I don't think anybody's stupid enough to sit there and say, I think 100% it's going to work, Terry. You've got to be more positive. There's always a chance this falls through. There's always a chance that this goes wrong. But there is a lot of confidence in this player and in his ability. Now, the big question remains, we've seen a lot of top strikers come to the Premier League this year. Darwin Núñez at Liverpool. He's likely to do well. Of course, there's two brilliant young strikers in Erling Haaland and Alvarez have gone into Man City. You've now got Scamacca, that deal was done for a couple of days, to West Ham. Of course, there's already, Gabriel Jesus has gone to Arsenal. I mean, listen, people aren't really raving about it, but I think Raheem Sterling going to Chelsea is going to be, once they click and they get Mo in, I haven't started very well, but that could be a dangerous signing. Man United need to respond. And with Cristiano Ronaldo being back, but still asking to leave, at the moment, no resolution. When this is being recorded on the 26th of July, there's been no resolution in that situation. This deal is imperative. But the big question remains, if Man United spend £58 million on him, what else is left? What will they do in that midfield area? I know what the focus will be from a lot of rivals who see this as a brilliant deal but don't want to praise it. It will be, well, you haven't fixed the midfield, so this becomes an irrelevant signing. And to a degree, I get where they're coming from. Man United even need to land Frankie de Jong with him and make this an 8 or a 9 out of 10 summer in terms of the overall quality that we've purchased. Or they need to take that money for Frankie de Jong and say, right, well, maybe we're going to sign Yuri Tillemans and Anthony instead. Maybe that is what the plan is here, to break up some of that Frankie de Jong money and spread it across a couple of players. I hope the club spends more. I believe the club has more money than that anyway. I believe we should be looking for Frankie de Jong and Anthony. And if not Frankie de Jong And if he does decide to stay at Barca, if he does sign a new deal, and there's no chance of getting him in January or next summer, then you move that money on. You look at Ruben Neves, you look at Yuri Tillemans, as we've mentioned. So Man United have got to do something that responds to what their rivals have done. All of our rivals have improved their attacking line. Every single Lukaku leaving Chelsea improves them, but they bought Raheem Sterling. Arsenal have bought in Gabriel Jesus, and they're likely to go after another winger. There's Darwin Núñez, there's Haaland. They don't need to be discussed anymore. Tottenham, again, they've improved theirs. Kulusevski in January, and now adding Richarlison. Is Richarlison a £60 million player? Only time's going to tell. But he's definitely better than Bergwijn. I actually think in the Premier League, he's going to be better for Tottenham than Lucas Moura. So their attack has improved. Man United losing Cristiano Ronaldo, of course, for the right reasons, losing Mason Greenwood, need to strengthen. Now, this player is raw. This player is talented. This individual is going to give Man United, I think he's going to give us a type of player that we don't currently have. I think he's very, people just look at skills and go, he's another skillful player, just like Jadon Sancho. There's differences in the kind of areas that they take up on the pitch. There's ever so slight, subtle differences in the areas they dominate, the area and the way they attack their fullbacks. But what it can give Man United is more balance. Man United have lacked balance. Jadon Sancho on that left, Antony on that right, and suddenly you have two wingers who are able to attack, who are able to pin back defenses, and that mean that you have to take midfielders out of the central areas to cover them. A midfielder is going to have to help. So either a midfielder has to come over and help double up on him with a fullback, or the attacking inside forward or winger has to come back and help defend. Either way, you either create more space in the middle for your midfielders to attack, or you limit the counter attacks, meaning the possession-based football can afford for us to maybe send one more defender forward to add to those numbers to help break teams down. That's a very basic overview of it. But with the skill he possesses and the fear that he will put amongst rival teams, this could be a colossal signing for Manchester United. I say get it done. Let's move this from being closer to making it a done deal between the clubs so it can be completed. But I want your thoughts and I want your feelings as ever. Make sure you're scanning that QR code before you leave. Until next time, take care. Goodbye. God bless. Antony is closer to being a Red.